Hello and welcome to another episode of Malt Magic and More, where for the second week running, Kirik was the MVP. I think Andrew and Dargon need to up their game a little bit. See after the show.
Yeah, we do.
Hey-o.
We really do.
We're not worthy. do you know what it
High
was
level.
like? It was like, Kirik was like, just having fun watching the fight, and then all of a sudden he just went, I'm bored of this now, I want to go home.
Literally when the fight started, I was like, oh, I packed banishment for some weird reason, because I never packed that because it hasn't worked in the past. So I was like, oh, I packed banishment, so like, oh, we're fighting demons. That's really cool because they stay there. But then I was at the same time I was like, fiends usually have like quite high charisma shit, so I was like, I'm not even gonna try it. And then I don't know who was it that just cast Feeble Mind, and Matt just said, oh yeah, so intelligence and charisma goes down to 1. I was like, oh. Oh. So literally needed, I think it needed to roll a natural 20 because anything else would just be below the 17 because it's a -5.
Absolutely.
My power play, which failed miserably when I tried to cast slow, which was my new spell that I got when I leveled up that I was so excited about, and it just doesn't fucking work. If it would have worked, everyone's speed would have been halved. They'd have had -2 to their AC, -2 to Dex saving throws. They can't use reactions. They can either use an action or a bonus, not both. Regardless of how many attacks they can make, they can only make 1. And if they,
that would have.
And if they attempt to cast a spell, I roll a d20, and if it's 11 or higher, it takes them 2 actions to cast, 2 turns to cast 1 spell.
Hmm.
And if they can't use it on the next turn, the spell's wasted. But
you weren't far off, to be
and
fair,
then what I could have done, as a bonus action is use unsettling words. So then when he tried to do the saving throw after his turn, he had to have minus a d8 from it, so he wouldn't have saved.
See,
so we just need to pump up some of those stats.
Shit.
Yeah, you need to get your DC higher, Danny.
Pump up some charisma stats, and I think you're going to be badass, mate.
I think if it's a wisdom save, so I just need to increase my charisma score to get a higher DC then?
Yeah, so your spell save DC, it doesn't matter what type of save it is, your spell save DC is always based on charisma because that's the bardic ability.
Okay, because when we level up next, I was going to level up in Rogue so I get the ability score improvement. I was toying with the idea of improving my wisdom score because that's +0, so I could at least have a +1. But actually, I'm probably better off doing the charisma so I can have a better...
Always focus on your main stats first. So for a bard, it's charisma. For your rogue, it's dex. For Dargon, it's obviously strength.
Strength,
for Kirik, I believe it's wisdom, or is it charisma as well?
Charisma for warlocks.
I always get these two. Yeah, it is charisma. Yeah, I always get those two confused. Charisma, clerics and paladins always get them confused.
Yeah, clerics, paladins, and druids wisdom, and then wizards and artificers and blood hunters is intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things I really wanted to shout, but I was so in the moment. I thought about it afterwards, just like, Dargon would go, come back, you bastard! I want to. Didn't want the fight to finish.
I wanted to kill him.
And the same again when it was like, word of recall. It would be like, yeah, all right.
At some point, Dargon is going to fall out with Kirik for stealing glorious victories from him.
Yeah, like, wait, what?
Dargon just runs out like, where'd he go?
No longer there.
Or
did anybody catch my final point on that potential final enemy though?
The guy on the horse.
I heard he mentioned Greenflower.
Yeah.
Or Greenflower was just the
Making sure.
beginning or something.
Yeah. So Greenflower was
What
only the
about-
beginning. So I think that's who you missed last episode.
Potentially.
Potentially. And maybe that is, sort of Theogodon Mark II.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Yes. So.
maybe. I'd imagine though the patron has got quite a few minions knocking about, ain't he? Quite a few people doing his dirty work.
Yeah, and again, it's
So
one of those
yeah,
ones that
Shouldn't
actually, when
get
we
it
realised
from
that,
the whole city was overrun
Yeah.
with fiendish creatures.
yeah,
Do you know
Yeah,
what, though?
I think it's very
severely
much.
underestimated.
Go on,
you finish.
Danny.
I was just going to say, I severely underestimated where that story... Fucking delay. Sorry. I'll finish quickly. Severely
That's what she
underestimated
said.
where that was going.
Sorry.
You got
I
it
had
before
to-
I could even say it.
It was Danny, so I had to get that in there.
Right, finish your stream. That's it. We're done. I honestly thought... I should have really thought it's an anniversary episode. It's going to go hell for leather. When a buyer's henchman come up, I thought, oh, we're going to have a fight with the serpent's cloak here. We're going to, and then I was like, he was not even tip of the iceberg. He was literally a distraction.
Yeah.
He was a
no,
was a decoy.
I'm sorry, I've just got it. They fucking snitched on us. They fucking snitched on us when he fucked
snitched
the
on
off.
us?
serpent's cloak. Do you reckon?
Yeah,
Oh,
we didn't follow, and we could have heard the fact that they were going to go. Oh yeah, I don't know. They're all here. Come now, or something.
That's not a bad shout, actually.
oh, that's on you then, Gargon, because I wanted to follow him.
It is. It's 100%. Yeah.
I will happily share that.
No, I mean,
Here we go.
that's,
The fall of Moonbright is your fault.
I'm like Oprah, you get the blame, and you get some blame, and we all get some blame.
but maybe because
Oh, that's a good shout.
it's a theory.
I also thought maybe we'd have a run-in with the cult.
I did think it was going to be
Still, it's
something fairly hefty like that. I obviously was curious and interested as to whether it was going to. I mean, immediately as soon as I knew that the Malt Masters were coming with, I thought that it was going to be that we weren't even going to get to Moonbright. It was going to be some epic battle there. But no, that was very cool and very interesting. I'm interested to know where we do go from here. And from what you were describing, Matt, at the end, the Malt Masters didn't come with the city goers, and we fucked off. So it's presumably it was the Archdeacon and the Malt Masters were going to try and do some pest control in Moonbright. Is the last we knew about it.
No, so the Malt Masters themselves they'd got the city folk out. They were leaving, but they had to go the hard way. The Archdeacon, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Lilith was with the Malt Masters. Johannes, you don't know where he was. Nathan and Thailani, you don't know where they were.
Right, yeah. It's gonna...
The Enchantress, you don't know where she went.
A bit I missed was when we got back to Glentwag and the Malt Masters Keep, there was lots of panic, and you said, "Oh, the villagers." Did you mean Moonbright villagers or the Glentwag villagers?
Combination of both. So I said villagers
Yeah.
and city folk.
So when
I
they
assumed
did
that-
her gate,
yeah.
was that like a portal back to, like a Stargate back to Glentwag?
Yes.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, that explains why she was fucked after doing
I
that.
used a bit of poetic license with that spell for dramatic effect, but
Was it Arcane Gates?
yes, pretty much.
Yeah. That's cool.
Do you know what worst case scenario is? Our Mr. Fiend, who corrupted Timael, corrupts the Archdeacon, and then he becomes an enemy.
Yeah.
He's got a habit of turning our friends against us. We've already had Dawncaller. We've had to fight. We've had to fight Vraco.
Yeah.
It only makes sense if we get the Archdeacon to fight at some point.
That's a good
Oh,
shout.
there's going to be like a fallen Asimar. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we give Matt ideas though. We should stop coming up with cool ideas.
Oh, we definitely do. We definitely do.
I also wish that my action surge would fucking do something.
I know. Although when you used action surge, I was like, oh, but I'm about to use the spell on you. Like, just wait a little more. Because I used it right before I used.
Holy weapon.
Holy weapon.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it was one of those things that I knew that was coming, but I was like, I just gotta go for it now.
That was some good tag team work though. That was really good.
Yeah, battle master maneuvers. Hello.
Oh, yeah, I like them. They are a lot better than trying to decide between hitting and spells. Just
Casting
going,
spell,
yeah. I mean,
so
how many did I get my temporary hit points for?
How many did I use? Right.
No.
It's a very good question. Let's check that out. That's a very good point. Rally. So, do you know what? It honestly just says you get them. So presumably they just go at a short rest or something. So
yeah, they go after rests.
Yeah.
Or until you lose them.
So you got that one. I used 3 out of 5. So I used one per round, I believe. I must have done that one. So it was one to get to give Danny some HP, which I thought was a nice addition. Going, I was deciding between Bothrid and Ando, and I thought, well, Bothrid can look after himself. But I think I would switch it between you two guys probably.
To be fair though, not to sound selfish, giving it to me was a good shout, considering you guys all have double my HP, and considering, although I stay far back, if one of them would have actually got right in next to me, they were dealing like 40 damage at a time. Yeah.
So and that's it. That's why I was thinking that was it. The one I was keen to use, but it never came up. Which again, I hopefully will use all of these in the future. Was one where maneuvering attack, so I can get someone to leave if they're in trouble. And again, I was really tempted to actually just go, to give that to the Archdeacon, just get out. But I think it was actually better because I could increase his AC by just flipping us around.
That's a great shot.
That was awesome with the bait and switch.
That's insane.
And yeah, he would have got that until my turn. But yeah, 28 AC at the end of it, for doing that. It was awesome. So, I mean, I could roll a 1, which would suck, but it also may be clutch. It may be that one that you need. So
what's the superiority dice at?
I'm D8 at the moment.
D8. Oh yeah, it couldn't be D6 because you rolled a 7.
Yeah. Yes, I have 5.
And it scales up to
D10 and possibly D12 if you're stupid enough to get that high, I think. So yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, because the Cooper was D12, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was running D12s.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
So yeah, I mean they are quite cool. And there was one and obviously the I was so glad to get the what was the other one? Oh god, which one was the one I was thinking about? Fating Attack. So I got advantage because that was so helpful. Again, I was rolling really shit. Actually, it was really annoying. There was
some high ACs knocking about.
Yeah, and I was like, the
20s and 19s.
20s and 19s, and it's like, actually, that fainting attack is really important. Again, adding that onto Holy Weapon and stuff, it means that I've got to hit. I've got to hit.
But with your manoeuvres and Kirik being able to blind them and a bit more, Kirik coming in at the end and winning it for us. But what I didn't realise was, if it works, I need a better DC save. How as soon as these guys started attacking 3 or 4 times, I thought slow is a great one if it works. Yeah. Because you can pick up to 6 creatures.
Amazing.
Oh.
So what slow is amazing. When I was going to, at the time before my turn, you had 3 enemies near you.
Yeah.
And all of these ones were nearly dead, so I thought I'm going to dash, place it on all of them, and then they're just fucked for the next round. But then there's only 2 of them left by the time I got to it, because it was such a long round of combat. Well done for keeping track.
I was about to say, well done for keeping track of that. That was an awesome fight, an awesome battle, and also, I must say, before all of that, that was an awesome story of us getting to there and the whole, parade, the whole thing, I was enthralled. Absolutely enthralled.
And the little decoys, like the serpent snake and other things that could have happened.
Yeah.
And also, well done for your computer for all of those tabs being open.
Yeah, mate. I've literally got, 2, 4, 6.
Did your fan go?
I've got a good 20 tabs open. But
too many
just
tabs.
to prove how clutch that banishment was, I don't know if anybody's looked at the stats for a Pit Fiend, but getting round to that Kirik was just before, not long before the Pit Fiend. Yeah, literally, there was, by the time we got to that round of combat, it was Kirik, the Archdeacon, and then the Pit Fiend. The Pit Fiend,
the Pit Fiend is like
about to cast
CR like
Fireball
20 or something. Jesus.
Yeah, it is CR 20. So the Pit Fiend was either about to cast Fireball or Wall of Fire.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Wall of Fire is fucked up.
I tell you what else really helped.
Although it wouldn't have been able to cast spells because it was feeble-minded.
No, because it was feeble-minded.
That's
Which
a good
I
point.
totally forgot in that round as well. So yeah,
Ooh.
fuck my own encounter up there.
Also,
That's what the
was
NPCs would have done.
accidentally awesome when you dimension doored next to the Deacon, and you didn't know, but you know for the future, you got his aura and you weren't frightened. Otherwise, you'd have been frightened the whole fight.
That would, that was fucked up because that was two massive things he said to us that we don't know what we would have done. Yeah, I would have been.
Imagine
Yeah,
if
the
you
Archdeacon's got a number
you
of
just had to
auras.
move far away, you just had to run away from it the whole time.
Just crazy,
Fact.
just crazy.
So that was lucky as well.
But yeah, I think also with Danny, I think you've got a new. Is it a new thing that you can also use your reaction to get half your movement speed away from someone?
Yeah, so I've got the skirmisher feat because I after I was reborn in the waters of the Feywild, I'm now a scout rogue rather than an arcane trickster. So I get the skirmisher feat, which means if somebody finishes their turn within 5 feet of me, I can use my reaction to use half my movement speed away from them without getting an opportunity attack.
So
But
and the fact that I could
level
use one
9.
of mine to get Kirik away using his reaction could mean that 2 of you get out of danger without any opportunity attacks, and that's quite impressive.
And then if I get to level 9, so I'm level 7 at the minute, I then get my movement speed increases by 10 feet as well.
I have recently learnt about the mobile feat, and I'm like, oh my god.
Mobile feat's cool.
Yeah.
Mobile feat's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So that would be cool. But yeah.
Yeah, superior mobility. So I get increased by 10 feet, and my climbing and water speed increase applies to that as well.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
that's good.
So it plays in actually to you, Hannes, a little bit because you get nature and survival checks expertise as well.
Nice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I kept
So did
scouting
we figure
ahead
out
in
what all
Feywild.
Nice.
Did we figure out what all the monsters were tonight? Obviously the Pit Fiend. And I gave
You
one
called
away.
them
They were
bearded- a
barbed.
bearded
They were
devil.
barbed devils, or bearded devils.
They were bearded devils.
Bearded Devils. Never heard of them.
And then you
Are
had
they
the
from
Narzagon.
Kobold Press?
No? Bearded
The
devils
Narzagon,
are,
I don't know.
No, I've never heard of them.
Bearded devils are monster manual. Yeah.
Yeah. Bearded devils, basic rules. The
So is the
Narzagon is
Pit
from Morden.
Medium Fiend.
Yeah, the Narzagon's from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes.
I don't have that book, so I don't know.
They were. Yeah, they were distractions, to say the least.
Well, they're CR 13, but they've got a particular ability which I didn't get the chance to use, which is that once per day they can heal or they can regain 100 hit points.
Oh,
Fuck me.
fucking hell.
Fuck me. So did you have to homebrew them because they're not in the Tome of Foes book?
Oh, no. So Narzagon, so because I've got access,
No.
I'm legendary
Oh, sorry, I was
subscriber
still on the
on.
barbed. Oh, what am I talking about?
Oh no, so the bearded devils are player's handbook. So I didn't use any Kobold Press monsters tonight.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I'm back in the room.
It's all right.
That's interesting. So there must be something else then that has been added, because that bearded devil thing is not in what I'm reading. You know, you say
Basic rules, page 274.
Oh.
I'm reading the stats of the Pit Fiend. That thing is mean.
Yeah, Pit Fiend is mean.
Motherfucker.
Pit Fiend is mean. Damn.
It's got a save DC of 21.
Oh.
What?
Why?
So my 17, which was
poisoned.
Yeah, which is a really, really good one. I would never have made that if I hadn't been in his... What's it?
I mean, in total sort of combat time, that fight took what? 24 seconds?
Well,
it's three rounds.
3 rounds,
18
so 18 seconds.
18 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like 2 hours in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to play that in 24 times, you'll get the. That's. Yeah.
He must have rolled really low for the Constitution saving throw for Holy Weapon. So roll like a 4 or something, or 3 even.
So I think for that con saving throw, scrolling up, I rolled a 2 and a 4.
Wow.
Magic resistance, so I had some really shit rolls there.
Yeah.
Club. You know the movement I got from his aura? Would I have got that as if I'd have run 30 feet away, I would have been able to do an extra 10 feet, but then I wouldn't have been able to do it again because I'm outside of his aura? Or so I was like,
yes.
how? I was like,
oh yeah,
okay.
that's a good point.
Because I was thinking, I'm
so
like,
basically you get that extra 10 feet of movement while you're in the aura, but the minute you go out of that aura, you don't keep that. So you would have kept it and rushed out.
Just a one-time.
And that would have been
one-time deal. Yeah. Because I was
or
like,
you have to come back into his aura and get an extra 10 feet.
Oh no, that's it. Okay, so actually, as long as you finish your turn back in, I'd be able to do like 20 foot out, 20 foot back, and then have it next time again, so to speak. Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it kind of depends on what level he is, because that might be either like 10 foot or 30 foot. He's above level 17 paladin or something stupid. Yeah, high level paladins 15, are crazy.
Yeah, but that was I mean, that was great fun playing with the Battlemaster stuff, and I honestly was like, especially when I started this and I was like, I just want to hit things, you know, when we first started making a character, and then after I was like, oh no, I want spells, and now I'm so glad that I'm going back to fuck spells, these are awesome. So I'm loving it.
You did pick some good maneuvers though.
So
they actually played out really well in the fight.
They did. The other one I wanted to use, and I was so gutted that I hadn't moved. Not that it would have helped actually, because they were attaching the Archdeacon, not me. Attacking, sorry. If I'd have moved 5 foot to my left, so I was adjacent to both the Pit Fiend and to the Archdeacon. First of all, if one of them would have attempted to hit me and missed, and I had my reaction because I didn't at one point when one of them missed me, I could have used my reaction because they missed to hit him, and got a superiority die onto the damage roll. And the other one, which is the one which isn't anything of this, it's just a feat that we swapped out, and that is I could have used Sentinel to reduce one of the movement and also attack anyway, and just that would have been very much fun. Yeah,
I've just had a thought.
There's enough calls for Sentinel on this stream already.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go north, yeah? So the characters are going to go north next week. But because we're at Maltmaster's Keep,
we're going to have to go east again.
If we've got to go to Mantineer, we've got to go northeast. So we've kind of got to either go near Moonbright again, or... Iscallion would be alright actually if you went through the forests of Iscallion, wouldn't it? Because there's nothing there now.
We think.
So we'd have to... So somewhere we've previously had beef and a place that's currently on fire, that's our path to where we need to go.
Or have we known anyone die in East Vale?
Yes.
I don't know if there's. I don't know if it's been a week. It's still a week.
It hasn't yet. But...
However, I think looking at the map, going down the mountain and then skirting the south-east side of the Forest of Iskalion is going to be dangerous, but nowhere near as dangerous as having to skirt Moonbright.
Or navigate through the districts of hell or death. I think Ander would rather go to the ruins of Iskalion than go to the realms of death.
Ruins are on the west. We're going the east side. We don't have to go anywhere near that. We don't know what's inside the forest, and we can stay on the edge. But
I can travel.
In
we can
fact,
travel through.
If Matt ducks his head, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, we can travel through death, and when we're doing that, I'll give Ander
This is on
the true sight.
You give me true sight. What will that do?
You can see invisible things, and you can see into the ethereal plane. So it's the LSD spell.
Oh, right.
It's the.
What happens? What happens if we
That's a
go
hole
into
in
the
the
realms of the
ground.
dead to have a shortcut, and I see my dad, and then I just have a meltdown? And then that was Kirik's plan all along. He's actually sabotaging.
That's
Anderson
assuming
inside.
that your dad is still in death and not gone beyond.
That's
the
true.
Yeah, that's true. That means he's not there.
Well, you have no idea. I'm just literally throwing curveballs at you
So
instead
if
of you
you
throwing them
die
at me.
anywhere on any plane of existence, do you end up in them 9 districts? I don't want to say District 9 because that's a film.
Good film.
Yeah. Well, you're really fucked if you're in District 9 of the Hunger Games, aren't you?
Jesus. Yeah.
That's pretty much what Rotherham's like, to be honest. District 9.
I'm saying nothing. But yeah, so you have yet to discover what happens if you die on another plane.
Actually, when I died, what happened to me? I was just in limbo for a bit, wasn't I, really?
We died.
I was just going to say, we
plane,
died in
technically.
another plane. So...
No, I died when I killed myself in the Tabaxi.
Yeah, you did, but we died in the Feywild on another plane.
Yeah. So that death in the Tabaxi camp was
Indeed.
slightly different in the fact that Revivify was cast on you almost immediately.
Touche, yeah.
As for the Feywild, yes, you're right. You died in another plane. The Feywild is very close to the material plane, though.
True. Yeah, I think it would be slightly different if it was in the Hells or the Underdark or...
I have no idea what would happen if it's in the Hells or the
I
Hells.
mean, that's where Kirik's going to set up a summer home if he carries on this plan.
No, that'll be the Shadowfell. The Shadowfell.
Well, he knows where there's a hut.
A holiday home on the Isle of the Dead, just, kick off some steam when I'm bored.
Just cast a little bit of a dawn,
Yeah.
Bit of dawn, bit of a... yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mantineer sounds like it's going to be a diplomatic interest to get through.
Are the dwarves in Mantineer or are they at Shiverspire?
No, not Shiverspire. It was either Mantineer. I'm sure it was Mantineer, actually. And if it wasn't Mantineer, it was the Pass of Jarn, or whatever it is.
So I don't know if there's dwarves there.
Pass of Jarn is
must
correct.
Be. I know there's dwarves in Shiverspire, but I don't know. There'll be dwarves knocking about all over the place, really, won't there?
I think it's probably going to be dwarves in both
and-
places.
And it could just alter self and just look like a dwarf.
Yeah, and I know what dwarves sound like because I've heard one talk for over a minute, and ones that we still haven't paid for looking after the lighthouse. So I could sound like a dwarf. So
There's other
Matt
pressing
can
matters, I
laugh
think.
at my accent.
Yeah, lighthouse.
The problem is, though,
yeah. It's not...
Yeah, if they decide to not
we need
look
to
after
get
the
a gift.
lighthouse, I think it's okay.
We need to get a gift from Mantineer for the Shiver Spy Dwarfs. Actually, we're back at Moonbright. I can steal the thing from the temple.
We're not back at Moonbright, though.
We're not by Moonbright.
Fucking thingy bot.
Yeah, but also
Maltmaster's Guild.
that's not where the goblet was. It was down in Seameat,
Oh, cock.
I think, wasn't it? Oh
No,
wasn't
I
it?
think
it was
I
in
think
the
the
Maltmaster's Keep.
I think the gob. Yeah, it is the Maltmaster's Keep. Yeah, I got confused because I got my reliquary in Moonbright, so I got confused with that.
I'm stealing it, and I'm giving it to the dwarves.
Gonna have to go find that episode and watch that back just to double check where Kirik got rid of the goblet.
I think you did.
Yeah, it was in the Maltmaster's Keep. I'm like 99% sure.
Because that's the
I
only
thought it was in
real
the
temple
Maltmaster's
you've spent most of your time in.
Yep. Because I remember going to the portion of Moradin and then to the Raven Queen, or that other one. The other
Where did we get that goblet then? Was that in the ruins?
That was Seameat. We got that in
I think
Seameat.
We got it.
Did I find it? Did I find it in the lighthouse and be like, "This is shit. You can have it."
Yep.
Right.
I think that was it.
Yeah, but that's why I thought that you had given it to the local temple in Seameat. Just going, there you go. But yeah, if not, fine.
Nay.
I know you did something with that temple. Spoke to them, did something, gave them something. I'm sure you did. Even if it was just coin, I can't remember.
Oh, Kirik, have you still got the Warhammer of Warning?
Yeah.
I do.
That'd be a great gift.
That's not bad. It's not a bad shout.
It would be fun to steal some of though.
Danny, your under's coming out.
I've got gloves of thievery. I need to test them out.
True.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me.
I'll just
yeah.
Disguise self as a Moradin monk. Walk in, take it, walk off.
A Moradin monk. There's a new thing.
Whatever they're called. A Moradin priest.
I'm just thinking
Thick
of
dwarf.
now how I can bend some sort of Moradin theme into a monk class. So
Dwarven monk. Does that ever happen?
Yeah. You can have
just
that.
because they're short doesn't mean they can't be flexible.
No, but they're not very dexterous, are they?
Just do a drunken master monk. There's a dwarf.
Yeah, that's touche. No, Mr. Oh, what's his name? The drunken gnome. He'd be a good drunken master monk.
Maybe he is.
Ooh.
He is.
We know his profession, but not his.
Occupation.
Yes.
His vocation, his calling in life. Yeah, that's very true.
Also, somehow, I sincerely hope that you're okay with casting a holy weapon sometimes, because damn, that is a lot of dice to roll. I'm like, yes.
Also,
It is.
When
It
you
is.
dispelled it and it does a big explosion and they have to make constable throws, essentially.
I never
cool.
got the chance to do that because usually a holy weapon just gets it either gets dispelled because I lose concentration, or it, like, when it does it like the effect doesn't actually take effect, but it's really good. Yeah, it's on top of all the extra damage that you cast on someone. It's then as a bonus action you just have enemies, and I think it's like a 30-foot radius as well. It's really stupid. So you just nominate the ones that you want to get affected by it. They all need to do constitution saving throws. If they fail,
So you
they take
have to
48.
choose to do it. I mean, it's not just any time it gets dispelled. You have to choose it.
No, I need to do it as a bonus action, but it's as a bonus action, which is really good.
Yeah.
And I think the previous time to have used holy weapon, as you say, it's either been dispelled through to a concentration failure, or you've obliterated everything on the map and there's no point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
yeah,
this was the first time. It's really good.
it's really good, and it's very cool
really
the fact
good
that I
spell.
can go in, use it a couple times, and then you'd be like, right, you've got them round you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they're
cool.
just blinded, which is just advantage on all attacks, and they have disadvantage. It's crazy.
So actually, yes, please always put Holy Weapon on me. Then I don't care if you spell it next round. Hopefully I'll have advantage on some of them around me. And that's all I care about. I'm looking for advantage.
It's either that or then, like, in an area, it's just blind targets, and it's just Ander in the back just shooting. It's like...
Yeah. Bothrid doesn't need Bothrid doesn't need reckless, and I'm just sitting there like bonk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally spend your turn lining them all up, and then I'll just go through with one arrow.
Yes.
So you can't get like
missed out this episode. Bothrid had full 60 HP in his wild shape, which is nuts.
Also, unless I'm mistaken, I took damage, and the rest of you guys didn't.
I didn't take fuck all. I didn't really contribute fuck all either, apart from like, one of those on fire stick guys. I can't remember what they're called. Not the bearded ones, but the ones. Thank you. I took one of them down low, but other than that, I was then right. I need to get to the pit fiend, and then didn't really.
Is that you hunting for another wife for Ander?
Mirabelle's gone, get it. What I really like is the.
It's alright. She can't talk back to you, so it's alright.
No, but I bet she's got a mean right hook. I tell you what, though, the fact that you said to a giant snake and a giant hyena, go get the villagers because they're panicking, because that'll calm them down.
I did think that.
I said nothing. The Cooper just turned and went, do it.
Oh my god, there's a giant pit fiend. Ah, there's a fucking huge hyena. There's a giant snake. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, not a great day for Moonbright. Not a great day for Moonbright.
Not a great day for...
They are gonna hate us.
Capitals of Nylin as well.
No, it's not.
Central.
Well, we turn up and they just descend. They're like, it was your fault.
Well, we were here. If we weren't, then a lot more people would be dead.
I actually think it was the Malt Master's fault, because I think if they hadn't have come, they probably wouldn't have thought, right, we've got everyone in one place. And it was like a Guy Fawkes type plan to blow up all of Parliament all at once. He literally tried to get the major city of Moonbright and the Malt Masters all gone, because the Archdeacon's a powerful enemy as well, isn't he? Really, so.
I did think whether we were going to hear that, sort of, big explosion. Look back on the crumbling roof of the temple is a humongous devil just standing there.
I honestly thought when you started describing it was going to be the patron.
Yeah.
And I thought,
why do you think I specifically picked a pit fiend based on the previous descriptions? Because I could literally reel you fuckers in and then go, but it's not him. Yeah, red skin, leathery wings, and it's not him.
I really do want to know what this patron is actually going to be. Do you know what I mean? Like from a player point of view, I can look in the monsters manual. I just not that I want to look and find it. I'm really curious to go. What would it be? You
would find it even if you went looking, because you'd have to have a lot more information than you've currently got.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But again, I just mean if you went, it looks like a dragon. There could be so many you'd need to look through. And it could be that you're going, we don't know what the so. In a normal game, it'd be, it'd be really interesting to know, would it be a dragon? I don't know, and have that intrigue. Now, it is still really cool to go, I haven't got a fucking clue, because the biggest thing like that I knew was a pit fiend. With the however many 400 hit points that they've got, or something stupid.
I'm starting to think, after tonight's episode, we were better off in the Feywild.
Yeah, can we do some sort of thing?
Kirik did not have a good time in the Feywild.
No,
it wasn't great.
He did not enjoy the Feywild.
But we could go in there, wait another 5 months, and just let it all blow over and come back out, and then the whole of Nylin is just ash. So Kirik can just walk around with Dawn.
Another question then. Fiends, are they devils and demons, or are they just devils?
Fiends encompasses that whole group.
Fine.
So Fiends is the monster type, and then there is a monster subtype, which you can go devils or demons.
Okay.
But based on the monsters tonight, hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight.
Yeah. Because
there were some other hints as well, like language and other things, which would hopefully give you a bit more of an insight into what you're dealing with.
Well, because they spoke Infernal. Which is
Infernal instead of Abyssal. So, that kind of thing. Oh, the intrigue. We need the suspense music.
Oh, we're going to go down the rabbit hole again, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
I just keep making it bigger.
Look at Matt's little face whenever we think, oh, fuck, we still ain't got a clue.
What is the... Also, what's the highest... I hate to ask this, the highest CR rating? I know you could homebrew
like
more, but
CR 30 is the generally assumed highest CR rating.
Yeah. Which obviously you could homebrew something higher.
Create something beyond.
I think there is something higher than that. Look, I think that Tiamat is higher than that.
Is she?
Oh no, Tiamat is 30.
Yeah, I thought 30 was pretty much the highest.
So what does a CR30 translate to into actual stats?
Like,
well,
near enough
Tiamat
700
is a 5
hit points.
Yeah, Tiamat is a 5-headed dragon.
Yeah. Like, the biggest monster in D&D is called a Tarask. And it's like the ultimate monster in D&D. Very rarely used because there's only meant to be like a couple of them. But yeah, they've got like 670 odd hit points, strength of 30, I think a con of 30 as well. They're immune to pretty much everything and resistant to everything else. Condition immunities, those sorts of things. Oh yeah, you can kill it. It just takes a lot.
If it's got immunities, how do you actually kill it?
It's not immune to absolutely everything. It's just got a lot
it's got
of
like magical
immunities than most other.
Yeah, magic resistance.
Yeah, it's got like magical resistance, and when you hit it with a spell, the spell bounces back or may bounce back.
Yeah.
It's basically
its armor class is like 25.
25.
Well.
So it's basically the T-Rex of D&D, even though D&D has T-Rexes. But
Yep.
I mean, it's got... I'm just looking at it now. It's got things like Frightful Presence. It can swallow you. It's got legendary actions. So yeah, they need to revamp the Tarask because ideally that should probably now be classed as a mythic creature as well.
Instead of just a Titan.
Using the...
you can only get swallowed on my birthday.
Oh wow! As we all go completely silent.
Well, that was the one thing I forgot to do tonight on Monday night was to say happy birthday for last week. But now I'm not regretting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame your birthday didn't land on a stream as the rest of us seems to end up having.
Was a Thursday this year, so it's actually a few more years before it'll land on a Monday.
Yeah, rolls back a day or something, doesn't it, every time? If I remember right, I can't remember what it does now.
Yeah, it'll either goes forward a day, so it'll either be a Friday next year or a Wednesday next year. I can't remember which way around it goes. Yeah.
Isn't it Friday?
So it'll be a Friday.
It'll be Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
That rolls forward then. Wow.
But there we go.
I killed the conversation with that one.
1 year.
There we go.
It is 1 year.
1 year.
And actually...
And a hell of a journey it has been.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. I'd love to keep going with it.
Do you know what is the biggest improvement, I think, is if you look at the first streaming episode of the equipment we all had, well,
yeah.
versus now. So I had fucking headset that I'd nicked from work. I was using a camera from a Game Boy Advanced. It It was like a VGA camera, wasn't it? And now you can actually.
Well, you see it, Danny. Not entirely sure it's an improvement, but. Unfortunately, I've been in high def ever since. Since the start. That's been terrible. So.
Face. Yeah.
Right. Well, on that wonderful note of the fact that we have, a year on, so many things have changed. So many things. But yeah, just incredible. I'm going to all the wrong buttons here. Here we go. Right, there we go. Lovely. Guys, thank you ever so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday night. 1 year after we started recording and streaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do, if you haven't already, follow us on Twitch. And if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all those lovely things. It's completely free for you to do, and it helps us out greatly. Follow us on the socials, and we will look forward to seeing you next week. Good night.